optimism that 2025 can be a year where we see you up there on a competitive basis, on a regular basis?
I mean, we hope, and it's our objective. I mean, when you are in an independent team, you need to wait to the other manufacturers to see how much they will improve. I mean, so it's too early to speak it. I mean, I think nobody really put a 25 bikes today on track. They will wait to Japan because they don't, they will not have time to copy some things. So I mean, we need to wait until Japan and see how the other manufacturers and the 25 Ducati improve.
Good job today. Enjoy your holidays.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, enjoy a hard-earned rest over the winter break, Alex Marquez then. Yeah, it's only one day of testing, but it's always nice just to see your name at the top of the timesheets on the final day of action. 138.803. Pecco Bagnaia then straight back into the pit lane with the radio communication. As you can just see that sort of black wire flapping around outside the back of his helmet there.
Yeah, rather unsurprisingly, I think we're going to end the day with the sole rider left on circuit, Luca Marini. I was saying earlier on during the day, Simon, while yourself and Jack Gorst were reacting to the news of Jorge Martin joining Aprilia back at Mugello, there was still one rider out there circulating, putting in the miles and putting in the testing. That was Luca Marini, who was still out there trying to get information on the Repsol Honda. Marini, along with Michele Pirro, the two riders left circulating with 4 minutes remaining. Marini in 18th place. He's put in 55 laps so far today. The busiest rider remains, well, it actually was Marco Bezzecchi. It is now the Moto2 world champion, Ai Ogura, who did have a crash later on today. Ogura has now put in 86 laps.
So Bagnaia, there is going to be immediately after the checker flag comes out here in Barcelona, which is in under 4 minutes time, there's going to be a special allocated 15-minute practice start session.
Just a thought, I'm wondering why they would go out and have practice starts now when there's a 15-minute session there to do it. And I've seen before that some of the devices, etc., don't get used. Basically, they know they're going to be filmed, and they can get away without being filmed now. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bagnaia doesn't do it, or doesn't need to, but do it now, and hopefully doesn't get filmed, you know, their little process. For example, for a long time we wondered why they were doing the 5 pumps of the clutch, you know, and I don't think they want to give away any little tricks that they've just learned, or they're practicing, they're trying on, you know, get filmed and lose that technology. The little 5 pump thing, I really thought there must be some, you know, signal to the electronics to change something, and apparently it genuinely is just trying to get it more consistent by getting every last little bubble, or the full, so you get it the same, the hydraulic, you know, the clutch master cylinder to slave cylinder exactly the same every time, so the rider does the same thing and the bike acts the same, you know, because one little bit of air, or you know what I'm saying, in the system, it feels different, so reacts different.
There he is, the 89 with the number 1 sat between it, but will it be just the number 1 on the front of Jorge Martin's factory Aprilia? Well, we'll find out, won't we, in a few weeks' time in Sepang. Do you think Marc Marquez has forgotten there was a practice start section at the end of the day?
So this is GP25 heading out for a ride.
Yeah, we're into the final 2 minutes then of 2024 MotoGP. The track will be closed for any timed action, but pit lane will remain open. Just a quick reminder, the pit lane will remain open until 1/4 the hour. Our broadcast will finish at 20 past the hour. Marc Marquez then, you can just see, just look how, even with the onboard there, you could just see when he was engaging the ride height device, how low it dropped. I mean, that was one of the key differences, wasn't it, between the GP23 and GP24 this year. The GP23 that Marc Marquez campaigned throughout the year, compared to the 24 that was in the hands of Martin and Bagnaia and co. It dropped 20 metres, well, it was 20 metres higher, wasn't it, the GP23? The 24 went 20 millimetres. I was going to say 20 metres, yeah. That's a hell of a whole shot device, isn't it, 20 metres?
You'd die if you dropped 20 metres. Oh, they're doing it so he doesn't have to do it at the end of the pit lane, pulling it down. See how little of the fork strokes left. and then he doesn't have to stop and do it at the end of the pit lane.
Some people felt, and I think Mark himself felt, that an issue with the start device, the whole shot device, cost him the win at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Remember, I mean, he was...
I thought, well, cost him fighting for Pecco for the win. We don't know who would have come out better of the fight, but yeah, his lap times were as good, if not better towards the end, although Pecco was probably managing. But yeah, he was wonderful. It was the first awesome ride from Mark this year that I thought, he was good enough to win, and he's figured the GP23 out, Ducati out.
So Pecco Bagnaia comes then back into pit lane. The start of his bid to wrestle back the #1 plate in 2025 sees him take the checkered flag in 3rd place. And that is your lot, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the 2024 Motogp World Championship campaign. Our final checkered flag is out. And at the end of our final action of what has been an incredible, remarkable, memorable season, it's Alex Marquez that leads the way with a 138.803. The sun is setting in the background as the sun sets then on our 75th anniversary season. All the riders then will be heading, or you would think a lot of the riders will be heading out on circuit to partake in the upcoming 15-minute practice start session as he gets another wonderful ovation. He's the man in this part of the world, isn't he, Marc Marquez? The crowd on their feet. They had the pleasure of witnessing Marc Marquez's factory Ducati debut here today. Some reception that Marquez got, and it's only a test session, isn't it? Let's quickly pop down to pit lane and get the some, well, first Yamaha impressions from